Y'all, Jack, what going on? Disclaimer: Fair Use Act, education purpose use only. All rights, image, and music clip belong to their respective owner, and we do not claim ownership. All right, I'ma wait till everybody get on up in there, John, so we can spill some tea. You dig? Now y'all know when I normally do this stuff, right? Y'all know I be solving these cases off the rip. Man, Trey ain't be solving these cases off the rip, bro. When I get this, when I look, when things like this, I be calling the shots before it even happen. I told the world this all the time when I go live. I'm like, man, this world so messed up that you could actually, if you want to do something to anybody, you could actually take these people to farm lands. I learned that from Shanquella Robinson. You could take these people to farm land, pay the police off, and do what you got to do. They're gonna cover up for you until America find out. Oh, what's this all about? What you know what I'm talking about? All right. This is what I want to talk about, that Ashlee Jenae girl. You know what I'm saying? Right here, right? Look, everybody already, you know what I'm talking about, know what's going on with her little case and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Everybody talking about it. Everybody trying to piece together, you know what I'm saying, about the fiance, you know, their relationship, you know what I'm saying. Y'all basically heard all the stories, you know, you heard the mother, the family spoke out, you know what I'm saying. You heard the news, reach out to these people, right? You got bloggers putting their little 2 cents in, trying to see, you know what I'm saying, what they can crack, you know what I'm talking about. But you know, I see a whole lot of fugazi in it though. I see a whole lot of fugazi, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you straight up like this here, man. I'm starting to believe that he probably this was premeditated. You know what I'm saying? If this was already planned and calculated, it was just right at her birthday, you know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? Just like you know what I'm talking about. Ain't this something similar to the Shanquell Robinson case? You know, how he was like playing for a little birthday trip and stuff like this stuff, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, you know, cause I learned that in the Shaquille Robinson case, you could actually go to Mexico, rent out a villa, holler at the police, be like, man, look, I just did something real bad, and that man, I need, you know what I'm saying? Well, give me money. Well, how much you know what I'm saying? Cause you know you could take like $5,000 down there, man. That's big change in Mexico. Five. You know that big change. That money gonna be more valuable when you reach down there and stuff. It's always a pattern because that's how they operate. This how I'm gonna show y'all this a pattern, right? Okay, let's get to this right quick. All right, when you sacrifice people, this how the Illuminati works, right? This how the Illuminati works. You know, all right. See that? He know what's going on. This is what I want to get to. When you sacrifice somebody, everybody that was a part of it gonna wear white and they gonna blonde they hair. Right? Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, just like Charlie Kirk wife. You know, same thing. It's always the same. This the pattern you finna see. Look what happened to her husband. You know, and then look at all the surrounding that came with her and Nicki Minaj. Look, she gonna be in all white. But she naturally blonde though, you know what I'm talking about. But that's what they do. They always gonna wear that white cause it's, you know what I'm saying. It's just something about that white when you sacrifice somebody cause it mean about celebrating life. You know, when they mean celebrating life, they took a life. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole celebration about. All right, now this would look okay. Then you got the family.
Lifestyle influencer Ashlee.
Now watch this. I'm keep this in mind. Now you got the family, right? Check this out. Long story short, they gonna be in white. And then I'm finna really put these people on blast, bro. Cause they behavior right here, you know what I'm talking about. I always look for eye movements, you know what I'm saying? You know, y'all see that moving the negotiator, you know what I'm talking about. You know, Samuel Jackson said it the best, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, they scratch their ass. And then look, I'm quite sure this his wife, but look at the distance between his wife. But this lady right here, mighty close to him. Yeah, that hand got to be around his goddamn back. That's some sneaky, some kind of sneaky going on. But who is this dude in the red? Who he supposed to be? You see what I'm saying? Well, they said they arrest 10 people so far. I don't know about that. I ain't see that yet. You know what I'm saying? But if that's the case, I want to know, you know what I'm talking about. Because the things that I'm seeing right now, now watch this. I just want to show y'all this, right? This video right here is very disturbing to me. I'm going to tell you why this video disturbing to me. Now you see how the video will show them. Let me keep playing it, right? Let me just keep playing it. Before I say anything, do y'all see anything kind of suspicious about this video? Like, is anything out the ordinary that you peeped out? Drop it in my chat, right? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to tell you what I think was going on in this video. Now, she ain't gonna commit no suicide. I'm gonna let you know that right now. That's what them authorities said in the beginning. Because guess what they're gonna get that from him? You see what I'm saying? They're gonna get all that from him because he the one gonna have to say, yeah, I found her like this, she hung herself. It ain't no telling he told authorities that, hey, it was a bad breakup and she couldn't take it no more. And you know what I'm saying? We were gonna go our separate ways and she just off the self. You know what I'm saying? All right. Now look, this is what I see in the video. This on April the 3rd. Now this on April the 3rd. Keep this in mind. Times and dates always matter to me when it comes to these cases. Now this on April the 3rd. These people just got engaged. So if you see any news outlet or any social media influencers, if they put her name with his last name, they a part of the program. I'm gonna leave it at that because they ain't married. You see what I'm saying? They just got engaged, so it won't make no sense for you to put her last name with his last name and pay attention to that narrative. Then you will wake up and be like, oh my God, I see what's going on. Now, look, this is what I see what's going on. This the plan. What I think, look, boom. Somebody sent him to her. Somebody sent him to her. Cause before that old rich lifestyle that, you know, she already had that lifestyle. Before he was even in the picture. She was already somebody before he even came in the picture. Right? It's a reason that this is what I see. And you finna watch this. This is what I see right quick. Now, follow me on this video, starting from the beginning. All right. Let me blow it up for y'all. Boom. You see how they hold the hand? Look at the houses behind. Damn. I should have. Let me blow it up a little bit. All right. Anyway, look at the background, right? You see the background. Boom. See that? Look how far they walk down, right? Right. Look how far they walk down. Okay. Boom. Check out the kids. Boom, boom, boom. Notice the camera angle and all of this. All right here. This is what I want to get to. You see where they at? Now pay attention to both of these two. He holding hands. They go to Tiger, right? They go to Tiger. This supposed to be a one continued shot if this supposed to be your moment proposing to a lady, right? You want to catch every moment, not edited and all this stuff. So watch this, check it out. Just say this video, right? He proposed to her and maybe she said no. And then somehow he like, man, damn, at least play along with the video, you know what I'm saying? Or it could be like, let's make a video like boom. Or anything, right? Keep this in mind. In my mind, I'm thinking calculated murder. And there's more people gonna be involved with this. If he was sent for her, all right. Here go the houses. You got the lanes right there. Look at the atmosphere in the background. Boom. Look. She looks at him. He looks at her. Boom. Now they on the knees. Right? He just said, will you marry me? All right. Boom. See that? Boom. Kiss. Boom, now you see how the cameraman get real close at that. Why is a lot of cuts and scenes between that? You see what I'm saying? Look at all the cuts, and you know what I'm saying? Boom, watch. I feel like all this fake. Boom, boom. Now do all this. See that? Watch it again. Boom, boom. Will you marry me? No audio. Nobody ain't got no audio of her saying, yeah, you just hear music. You just hear music. Yeah. I ain't never heard her say I do. That's why I pay attention to this stuff. All right, now watch this. Video, look how far down they gonna walk. Boom, see how far they walked all the way down. Boom, look how far the cameraman back, right? So look, the cameraman finna watch this. Cut. Next scene. Boom, let me get this part right here too. Boom, yeah. You know what I'm talking about? And then if you look at her face, at that scene, look at her face if you can catch it. Now, all right, boom, everything good. Then boom, look right here. See that? Now watch the face expression. Look, watch this. Now look. That's all. And then once you look at it like this, look when this was, look. Now this was in March. You can tell this was planned because look at the hats. Now you can tell, look, that's the same hat that she gonna be wearing. Right here. That's the same hat. But he ain't got heels on. Ooh wee wee. Now that's another red flag to me. You ain't got your hat on, but y'all supposed to have matching hats, right? Cause that hat supposed to really look like your hat supposed to go with that outfit there a little bit to me. You know what I'm talking about? Hold on, where that John at? See, I pay attention to the little small detail. Boom, unboxing. Boom, see that hat? All right. Now, if you look at all her videos, right? I went through all the videos. Now, come to find out, if you look at her video, this what she up. This what whoever uploaded this, cause you know what I'm talking about. Boom. Then this a video lead up to this video. Then once you go to this video, right? Look at all of these videos, right? Boom. This leading up to the matter. Boom. Go here. March the 9th. Boom. Right? Okay. Let's go here. Boom. March 7th. So nobody don't know what's actually going on in their life, because if you look at it, I don't think these people just really just like in love. I just see people just spending money on each other. Just showing the world like, yeah, I'm living my best life. You know what I'm saying? I got a white man spoiling me. All of this. This what it look like to me. He'll spoil you and buy all of this and take it to Africa and boom, and do you in and could take all of this shit back and give it to the next chick. This way I'm thinking. So now look. Now this in February. All right. So they known for taking trips. That's all he gonna do. So they finna make him look like, yeah, girl, you got you a good old man. Yeah, right? Now, this the crazy part about this. Let me get out of this. Can you see a pattern in what I see? All right, boom. I'm looking at the pattern. Too much spoiling going on. Too much spoiling going on, right? Boom. Right? And she was doing this way before she met him. Now she was doing this way before she met him right now. Let's get that understood. When he came in the picture, boom, look how when he came in the picture, bam, boom. He was in the picture for a whole year. Now you mean to tell me you got to mother her, right? Now, you don't think she would come and tell her mother like, hey, I messed with a white man, a rich white man. Oh, y'all need to meet him. You know what I'm saying? Because if you, man, look. Right now, look. Especially her. She finna be a dead giveaway, bro. She gave the whole interview up. He did too. She did. And he did. Hi, y'all. What's up, y'all? Appreciate y'all tuning in and stuff. Man, y'all like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, let's put some of this tea out there. Now look, watch this, y'all. I see nothing but funny shit. Don't y'all know this a green screen? This a green screen. And they got a video playing around like they at the studio type shit. But wherever she at, I know this a green screen because I know how to spot green screen stuff now. But listen to the answers and the questions on this and tell me, do this sound suspect as fuck?
Influencer Ashlee Jenae died during a trip to Zanzibar earlier this month, and now her family is demanding answers. Ashlee's final posts on social media were of her celebrating her birthday with giraffes in Tanzania, Africa, and getting engaged to her boyfriend, Joseph McCann. But there's a local report claiming initial investigations determined Ashlee took her own life during the trip after falling out with her fiance just days after he proposed. Joining me now are Ashlee's parents, Harry and Yolanda, and their spouses. Thank you so much for joining me, you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So local authorities in Zanzibar initially said that Ashlee took her own life, but you guys released a statement saying that her death was suspicious. What do you think happened?
The authorities said she took her own life, so they already pronounced it as suicide. Right? Keep that in mind. That's suicide. That's what narrative they going along with at that time. Check this out.
We're not too sure what happened. That's what we're trying to find out. I got 2 emails today from.
Why you had to cut it? That's a cut. Why you would cut that in the middle of an answer?
We're not too sure what happened. That's what we're trying to find out. I got 2 emails.
Told you. Now they controlling questions. Woo-wee. Trey ain't finna bust them up. And you know what? This lady, somebody finna make a meme of this lady here. Cause y'all know who she looked like to me sitting there. What's the name of that little diamond they used to have on Apollo? That little diamond in the 90s. Forget that little diamond name. You know what I'm talking about? It's a doll, you know what I'm saying? They used to go on stage, tell a joke with. Watch this. Check this out. Watch this, y'all. Check it out. That's a cut.
But you guys released a statement saying that her death was suspicious. What do you think happened?
We're not too sure what happened. That's what we're trying to find out. I got 2 emails today from the embassy in Zanzibar. And they said the investigation is still ongoing. That they have not determined the cause of death yet at all. An investigation still.
Another red flag. Cause they already said she hung herself. Then you got an email today saying they didn't determine how she died. And you got an email today from the embassy. Watch what he finna say later on.
Ongoing and still pending right now. So there has nothing official has been released. That's what we're trying to find out. We just want answers.
What was the initial call like when you first learned that your daughter passed away?
The call was shocking and it was devastating. And
the call was shocking and devastated. Do this sound? I shouldn't have to say this stuff. Look.
and scary, honestly, because we don't know what's going on and what happened.
What did they relay to you at that time?
Well, the communication came to us from the Hotel Zuri Zanzibar, where they were staying. It didn't come from the hospital or from the police.
Have you guys since spoken to authorities or the embassy?
No.
We've had little contact with the embassy.
But you just said right here, you got an email from the embassy.
And it was devastating and scary, honestly, because we don't know.
We're not too sure what happened. That's what we're trying to find out. I got 2 emails today from the embassy in Zanzibar. And they said the investigation is still ongoing. That they have not determined the cause of death yet at all. An investigation still ongoing and still pending right now. So there has nothing official has been released. That's what we're trying to find out. We just want answers.
What was the initial call like when you first learned that your daughter passed away?
The call was shocking and it was devastating and scary, honestly, because we don't know what's going on and what happened.
What did they relay to you at that time?
Well, the communication came to us from the Hotel Zuri Zanzibar, where they were staying.
Now I want y'all to just see, is it just me? I want to know if that's his sister or something. Cause she better be his sister sitting that goddamn close to him.
It didn't come from the hospital or from the police.
Have you guys since spoken to authorities or the embassy?
No.
We've had little contact with the embassy, but no, not with the police.
But you just said you got the email today and talked to him today. And come on, man. Another flag.
So were you told anything about the manner as to how she passed away or what exactly led up to her passing?
Officially, No, we have not talked to anyone from the police or anybody in the medical field at all. Nothing, nothing has been.
What was it that the hotel initially told you guys?
That the person, that Joe McCann, who she was traveling with,
So y'all didn't think about, damn, when the hotel staff called you, they told you about boom, they found your daughter, but you relying on to John McCain to call y'all to be like, wait a minute, why would you call us later on about this news? You see what I'm saying? Man, I be listening to the questions and the answers on this stuff, bro. So you didn't try to contact the law? Did you try to put off a stop? Did nobody contact us? Remember, they all in white. Just imagine, yeah, we finna go live. You know what you want? Everybody put on all white and cream. You know what I'm talking about?
had that he had found her and that they had taken her to the hospital.
And then a follow-up call from the hotel several hours later.
So now y'all see where she messed up at? She told y'all when the staff found her, they took her to the hospital, right? So that's gonna be right at that time when if she escorted to the hospital. Keep this in mind. John McCain gonna be calling 11 hours later. So they try to make it look like that it's kind of like John McCain breaking the news to them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even though they already know he at the hospital and everything before John McCain already, you know what I'm talking about? Look.
And I
Relaying.
Look at her eyes. Just look at her eyes. You know that lady. Look at her eyes, bro. She knows she just messed up.
we just think it's very odd that our daughter is traveling with Joe and we don't hear anything from Joe. To me, that's very odd. And initial call that she got from Joe was 11 hours after something had transpired in the room. And that's very odd. Joe. 11 hours later,
11 hours.
Something had transpired and Joe just relayed to.
And then that's another red flag, cause he looking over her, he looking at over there. It's like she trying to not look behind the camera, you know what I'm saying? And she trying to stay. Come on, bro. Watch this.
Yolanda, that Ashlee was okay and she was stable and she was okay and don't worry about it.
But that she was at the hospital.
Yes. 11
hours later, she's still alive and she doing okay according to his story. And guess what they did? Look at their reaction right there.
hours later.
So have you spoken to him since? And
so you went with that and be like, well, wait a minute, why they saying my daughter was dead? Then you telling me she okay? Oh yeah, okay. This shit don't age well, bro.
what has he been saying?
There has been no communication here.
Wow, shocking. So, you know, as you've seen, the local report said that had claimed that she took her own life. Did you guys ever think that Ashlee?
How he could communicate with y'all if he in custody? Oh shit, now you know what I'm talking about. You go fly out and visit him and get the old answer if you really want to.
Had any mental health issues?
I would think that's farther from the truth. If you go to her page, you know, as you can see, she's a beacon of light. You know, she liked being in line, like it's like being in the camera. She was an influencer. You know, she
loved her family.
She loved her family.
She loved her family.
Most of
What was her mindset like before going on this insane African birthday trip?
excited and happy, and she was elated that she was traveling for her birthday to celebrate and with who she brought was the love of her life.
And you guys said there's really been not much communication between you and her fiance, Joseph. What, if you could say anything to him right now, what would you say?
I just want to peace.
And we want to know what happens.
What is your understanding as to where his whereabouts are now, and why do you think he would be avoiding your calls?
We don't know. We're unsure right now. That's why we're trying to seek the answers.
Do you know if he's spoken to authorities at all?
We're not aware.
We're not aware.
We're not aware of that at all.
I mean, because what I knew is we haven't spoken to them, so I'm not sure who they are talking to. It's one answer. You know, it's
Our attempts to get information.
I'm so sorry you guys are going through this right now.
Bro, y'all see these lady eyes, bro? Check this out. Every time that lady eyes go crazy, that's how you know they messing up big time.
No
Look.
parent should ever have to bury their own child. Have her.
Watch this.
What is the last up? So, from your understanding, her
talk
body is
with her
still
eyes
in
closed
Zanzibar,
and then-
Africa. What is the last update you got on your daughter's death?
we haven't had a first update yet. That's
They laughing. Watch this. Check this out. Did y'all hear the answer to the question? Watch the question. This is the crazy part about it. It's crazy. Watch the question and the answer.
In Zanzibar, Africa. No parent should ever have to bury their own child. Have her remains been released to you yet? And what are the plans for the funeral?
We don't have any of that. We don't have any of that information yet.
So, from your
You don't
understanding,
have that information yet. Like, who information you relying on for the funeral? Sound like something missing. But don't y'all remember they said it is some people out here saying they found her dismembered. And I'm like, what, dismembered? But then the story changed, like, oh, she was found in a hotel hunger cell. So I was like, well, wait a minute, why does so? I said, okay, when this stuff happened, now, you know what I'm saying, you normally deal with harvesting, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know, but as a parent, if you would have asked me, I'd be like, hey, you know what I'm saying, my family, we planning the funeral now, you know what I'm saying, we just trying to get the body back, we trying to, you know what I'm saying, keep this in mind, these people still got her body for a reason, because normally they supposed to ship their body back to the family once they notified. That's how it's supposed to go according to the law. And if you know how the law works, check this out. You can read between all these people, like, 'cause they know how the law works too. So if you uneducated on the law, they gonna be acting like they uneducated too. That means if they don't mention it, you don't mention it. You know what I'm talking about? They job not here to teach in school. Nobody. They coming. No, look, watch this.
understanding her body is still in Zanzibar, Africa. What is the last up?
So you know where the body is?
So, from your understanding, her body is still in Zanzibar, Africa.
Reaction. He shook his head, yeah, and she shook her head, no.
Is still in Zanzibar, Africa.
What? They give away right there. Look, and then look at her eyes.
What is the last update? So, from your understanding, her body is still in Zanzibar, Africa. What is the last update you got on your daughter's death?
we haven't had a first update yet. That's
Death.
we haven't had a first update yet. That's the
The only thing was a brief email from the embassy stating that the investigation was
Still
ongoing.
ongoing.
That's it.
And one thing that we did reach out, we would make the know about the footage at the hotel. Was there any footage? Did you look at the footage? Did you see the footage? These are things that's very important to us. These are things that can clear everything up. It gives us a timeline. It lets us know what happened. We have not seen or heard or even anything about any kind of footage, surveillance. Nothing. These are things that we need to know.
How are you guys feeling right now?
Devastated.
Lost.
Devastated.
That's my favorite part right here. Look, watch how the mama finna respond to this. Check this out. How you feel? Watch
We need
this.
to know.
How are you guys feeling right now?
Devastated.
Lost.
Devastated, lost. A lot of
Confused.
unanswered questions.
Did you guys
Man, y'all see that? Then look, y'all got to see this.
Lost. A lot of
Confused.
unanswered questions.
did you
Devastated, lost.
To know.
How are you guys feeling right now?
Devastated.
Lost.
Devastated, lost. A lot of
Confused.
unanswered questions.
Did you guys meet him before this trip, or did he ask?
Kinda crazy to me, bruh. And then when she said lost, look at the other lady.
Devastated.
Lost.
Devastated, lost. A lot of
Confused.
unanswered questions.
Look at him.
Did you guys meet him before
It's
this
like
trip,
we-
or did he ask you for her hand in marriage before proposing?
Yes.
Yes.
We have money.
Yes.
Thank you so much, you guys. Is there anything?
Oh, how was he when y'all met him? Was he a good guy? Did you see any kind of strange, you know what I'm saying, mood swing he probably could have had, or warning signs that you know, anything about that? Watch this video again. No cuts. Just play the whole video one more time. I got to be the only one to see through this shit.
Lifestyle influencer Ashlee Jenae died during a trip to Zanzibar earlier this month, and now her family is demanding answers. Ashlee's final posts on social media were of her celebrating her birthday with giraffes in Tanzania, Africa, and getting engaged to her boyfriend, Joseph McCann. But there's a local report claiming initial investigations determined Ashlee took her own life during the trip after falling out with her fiance just days after he proposed. Joining me now are Ashlee's parents, Harry and Yolanda, and their spouses. Thank you so much for joining me, you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So local authorities in Zanzibar initially said that Ashlee took her own life, but you guys released a statement saying that her death was suspicious. What do you think happened?
We're not too sure what happened. That's what we're trying to find out. I got 2 emails today from the embassy in Zanzibar, and it said the investigation is still ongoing. That they have not determined the cause of death yet at all, and the investigation is still ongoing and still pending right now. So there has nothing official has been released. That's what we're trying to find out. We just want answers.
What was the initial call like when you first learned that your daughter passed away?
The call was shocking, and it was devastating and scary, honestly, because we don't know what's going on and what happened.
What did they relay to you at that time?
Well, the communication came to us from the Hotel Zuri, Zanzibar, where they were staying. It didn't come from the hospital or from the police.
Have you guys since spoken to authorities or the embassy?
No,
We've had little contact with the embassy, but no, not with the police.
So were you told anything about the manner as to how she passed away, or what exactly led up to her passing?
officially, no, we have not talked to anyone from the police or anybody in the medical field at all. Nothing. Nothing has been.
What was it that the hotel initially told you guys?
That the person, that Joe McCann, who she was traveling with, had that he had found her and that they had taken her to the hospital.
And then a follow-up call from the hotel several hours later,
And I
relaying.
we just think it's very odd that our daughter is traveling with Joe and we don't hear anything from Joe. To me, that's very odd. And initial call that she got from Joe was 11 hours after something had transpired in the room. And that's very odd. 11 hours later,
11 hours.
something had transpired, and Joe just relayed to Yolanda that Ashlee was okay and she was stable and she was okay and don't worry about it.
But that she was at the hospital.
Yes. 11 hours later.
So have you spoken to him since, and what has he been saying?
There has been no communication here.
Wow, shocking. So, you know, as you've seen, the local report had claimed that she took her own life. Did you guys ever think that Ashlee had any mental health issues?
I'm so glad y'all see this. Y'all see this shit. You took the words out of my mouth. Don't this seem like this whole thing was prep? You said a mouthful, goddess. It seemed like they was all prep. Now put it like this here. I ain't gonna say none of this shit is true or even false. We just gonna you know what I'm saying, just assume something like, well, I'm gonna just assume this and I'm gonna just assume that, right? Watch this.
I would think that's farther from the truth. If you go to her page, you know, everything, she was a beacon of light. You know, she liked being in the limelight. It's like being in the camera. She was an influencer. You know, she loved
her family.
She loved her family.
She loved her family.
Most of
See? Somebody holding some cue cards. Somebody holding something in the background because she looked that way and said she loved her family. Then she looking that way. Yeah, she loved her family. Look.
So, you know,
boom, right there.
She loved her family.
She loved her family.
She loved her family.
Woo, got him again. Look.
She was a beacon of light. You know, she liked being in the limelight. It's like being in the camera. She was an influencer. You know, she loved her family.
She loved her family.
She loved her family.
Most of
What was her mindset like?
They don't even feel real. You see what I'm saying? Look, watch this.
She loved her family.
Limelight. It's like being in the camera. She was an influencer. You know, she loved her family.
She loved her family.
She loved her.
So she got a cue card. She looking at the cue card. It looked like he looking directly at the camera, but he actually looking at the cue card. So just look at it like those TV show when they tell you applause. You know what I'm talking about? Clap and everybody being coached right now. And that's why they would be having him sitting there. Why would you need him to sit there? Look at everybody, eye contact. She's so close to him. Look at much distance that's between him and the wife. But if you actually, well, I don't know too much about the daddy, but they said he also managed cryptocurrency. Just like the fiance is an investor of cryptocurrency. Did y'all heard about that? Did y'all heard about that part about who the daddy supposed to be? You know what I'm talking about? Let's stop it right there. Did anybody seen any kind of video when they were trying to were like, yeah, you know, because if you look, what's his occupation like? You know what he do for a living? You know what I'm saying? Right? It would be mighty funny that his daughter would end up with a CEO, the president, the founder of a cryptocurrency, and you in the cryptocurrency too? I don't know if that's true or not, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been trying to find some little tea on him, but I can't find, you know, I can't even pull him up. Like, I'm trying to see, like, why I can't pull nothing up on him, you know? But I can see why, though. Man, I watched this, look, when I first watched this video, before I watched it, this is what I did. I said, man, I'm finna pray. Because when I pray, I'm finna ask God reveal. And God gonna say, man, look, I always look at their eyes, their emotions, you know what I'm saying? When people talking to you and trying to tell you, you better listen. Watch them. Look, they all reading from a goddamn script, a cue card. You know where his card at? Cause he ain't got to look around. He gonna be look up, down, look right, directly at the camera, but that motherfucker, you know what I'm saying, right above the camera, the cue card. Hers gonna be over here. Hers gonna be over there. So when she look over there, she gonna look at her. They're gonna naturally look at his crew card. So yeah, I see it.
Family.
Most important.
What was
See
her
that?
mindset?
I'm gonna rewind this shit again because I need to make a meme out of that.
What has he been saying?
There has been no communication here.
Wow, shocking. So, you know, as you've seen, the local report said that, had claimed that she took her own life. Did you guys ever think that Ashlee had any mental health issues?
I would think that's farther from the truth. If you go to her page, you know,
You mean to tell me did she have any mental issue? And you like, oh, you could just go look at her page and stuff. You know what I'm saying? She was just living her dream life. Man, that's a dad. You gonna be like, hell no, my daughter ain't got no mental issue. Hell no, she ain't never been in no cycle ward. She ain't never said nothing about committing suicide. She never had suicide thought. That's not like her. You know what I'm talking about? As a father, you supposed to hear that coming out the dad's mouth like, man, that supposed to ignite a fire. You know what I'm saying? Man, the police telling me, man, your daughter committed suicide. What? Man, did she have mental, you know, to plan me like, it's just like, you know, man, you know your daughter on drugs. What now? My daughter don't smoke no crack, bro. Then you gotta know, did your daughter even have drug abuse problem that she trying to keep secret that y'all don't maybe know? Look at this shit. She still reading her cue card. And she focusing. It look like, bruh, if you look at her, man, that lady, she there, but she ain't there. Put it like that. She in the interview, but she really ain't in her right, and she ain't even in her right mindset right now. Man, we got to call these people out. I'll do it later on, you know what I'm talking about? I gonna do it, but let's keep watching the video.
ever since she was a beacon of light. You know, she liked being on, like it's like being in the camera. She was an influencer. You know, she
loved her
people.
family.
She loved her family.
She loved her family.
Most important.
What was her mindset like before going on this insane African birthday trip?
Excited and happy, and she was elated that she was traveling for her birthday to celebrate and be with who she brought with.
One thing I do notice, if it was her birthday, not now one of them said on her birthday, like, yeah, I talked to her and it was her birthday, and I was like, happy birthday, and enjoy your trip. None of that. None of that, bruh.
And you guys said there's really been not much communication between you and her fiance, Joseph. What, if you could say anything to him right now, what would you say?
I just want to peace.
And we want to know what happens.
What is your understanding as to where his whereabouts are now, and why do you think he would be avoiding your calls?
We don't know. We're unsure right now. That's why we're trying to seek the answers.
Do you know if he's spoken to authorities at all?
We're not aware.
We're not aware of that at all.
I mean, because what I knew is we haven't spoken to them, so I'm not sure who they are talking to. It's one answer. You know, it's
look, y'all. Look at the mama though. The man, it's just about that. Look, why this motherfucker look like goddamn it, Corey? What's that dude name? That comedian. Hold on, what's his name? What's that comedian? Comedian Corey. Corey Combs. Him. Hold up. Yeah, you know him. Hold on. I can't just be making this shit up now, y'all. You know what I'm talking about? I gotta go to my history, John, for this one. Go to my history right here. Right there. Hold on. Why are they popping up? Right here. Here you go. Let me get a good picture of. Damn, they look goddamn just alike, goddamn. Golly. Come on, look just like he just got thicker eyebrows. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Hold on. Hold on, y'all. That man look just like that, man. Got the same goddamn nose, same lip. He just got a damn beard. Let me find out be some of this kind of fugazi stuff going on. You know what I'm talking about? Never know. But let me get out there. But if you look at her, bro, she look just like that. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, I'm gonna go back to it.
Our attempts to get information.
I'm so sorry you guys are going through that.
It's one answer. You know, it's
Our attempts to get information.
I'm so sorry you guys are going through this right now. That must be extremely confusing, especially if you are saying that she was so excited for this birthday trip, didn't really have any history of mental health issues. That's got to be extremely confusing and frustrating for you guys. I'm very sorry you're going through that. No parent should ever have to bury their own child. Have her remains been released to you yet? And what are the plans for the funeral?
We don't have any of that. We don't have any of that information yet.
So from your understanding, her body is still in Zanzibar, Africa. What is the last update you got on your daughter's death?
We haven't had a first update yet. That's
the only thing was a brief email from the embassy stating that the investigation was ongoing. That's it.
And looking that we
See, I can't make none of this stuff up. Man, look, I can't make none of this stuff up. Watch this, y'all. Hold on, let me show this to y'all. Hold on. You know who she really looked like to me? This who she really looked like to me when she be talking and stuff. And let me blow it up right here, right? I'll come back to you later, Jack. My history right here. My video. Right here. She look just like this goddamn thing right here. I used to see this all the time on Apollo. Right there. That's who she look just like when she talking. Even the eyes roll just like his eyes roll. Look at his eye. Why did his eye? Look. This had no same hair doing everything. You know what I'm talking about?
we did reach out. We will make the new about the footage at the hotel. Was there any footage? Did you look at the footage? Did you see the footage? These are things that's very important to us. These are things that can clear everything up. It gives us a timeline. It lets us know what happened. We have not seen or heard or even anything about any kind of footage surveillance. Nothing. These are things that we need to know.
How are you guys
They
feeling right now?
puppets.
Devastated.
Lost.
Devastated, lost. A lot of
Confused.
unanswered questions.
Now I done froze up.
Did you guys meet
y'all
him
see
before this
that?
trip, or did he
Ooh,
ask
that
you
froze
for
me
her hand
up.
in marriage before proposing?
Yes.
Yes.
We have money.
Yes.
Thank you so much, you guys. Is there anything else you want to add? I know a lot of people are wanting to hear from you and probably have just as many questions as you guys do at this time.
I was just going to add that we just want the answers to the questions that we're asking and that everyone's asking. We need help getting information, and that's really what we're asking for.
Yes, and that's the reason why we went to social media on Sunday. We had to get it out there because this happened on Thursday, and nothing was out there. Like nothing was talked about. Nothing was there. So that's why
I'm
we
still froze up.
say,
Yeah, I can't
this
even
is
do
what
nothing.
happened. This was our daughter. Everyone needs to know what happened. And that's why that was Sunday.
Well, I truly hope you guys get the answers to the questions that you deserve. You deserve to have everything.
See, they don't want
answered, and
y'all
I'm
to
so
see
sorry
their
you're going
part.
through
See, Trick
this.
ain't too
Thank you so
exclusive.
much
See,
for
you
joining
know what
me
I'm
today,
saying? See
and please
this
keep us
shit.
updated about what you're hearing going forward.
Come on, man. Dog, look. Oh, I can't make this up, bro. I can see that now they want to join it all to the back. This what she look like to me. She a puppet. There she go right there. Same glasses on. Same wish wig. I told y'all them just still booming. I know some people gonna get mad because they're gonna be like, man, why that man, I don't like this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I just see what I see. Man, y'all better get on these folks' ass. Look. She sitting too close to him. He supposed to be shifted over her a little bit. Man, I don't know. You might be the wife, but goddamn, it seems like it look like a couple when you look at it like this here, but when you look at this side, it's too much space. It's too much going on. You never know what he got going on. He might supply everything. You know what I'm saying? They could be, man, I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't trying to get in they little business, you know what I'm talking about? But one thing I know, don't never trust these folk with no mustache and no beard. But look, all right, let's go to this right quick. This Zanzibar, this the hotel right here, right? Okay. I believe they trying to distance themselves from the fiance. I believe it's more connections with the fiance and then the family that we all think it is. You see what I'm saying? I don't know, but one thing I can do is show y'all this. We go to the airport. I zero everything down to the T. We go to the airport, right? And if you look at all around the airport, I already been around it, John. Look, I done been on this block, that block, that block. I done scrolled down like I had a car. Man, I done scrolled all the way through the city. You know what I'm saying? Through the whole island. Like, yeah, buddy. Now I see this right here. Because if you go get out of that, right? I'm going to show my recent search. I'm going to show you where they was at. Right here. This is Safari where they was at. This where they was at. Right here. Right? This where you get this video from. Hold on, y'all. Let me This where you get this video from. From this area, right? See the houses? All that match up with the houses in the back, right? You see that, right? All that match up with the houses in the back. So you got the lions, all this, right? Boom. Now this a video, an old video that he tried to upload, right? But it's an old video and try to make it try to make it look like that's when they planning the trip and going to the trip. You see what I'm saying? But this an old ass video right here. Just imagine he took a video that was on January the 8th, uploaded it, you know what I'm saying, to throw everybody timestamp off, right? Cause, cause, cause now you see like, damn, he uploaded an old video to try to support this video to make it look like they were doing good in a hotel room. It wasn't no argument. Nah, what they talking about? I don't know. You know, I don't know neither. See, we don't know. And next thing you know, boom, I'm out of here. But it's showing him leaving by himself though. Watch this. Hey, we ain't had no fight now. What they talking about? I don't know neither. You know, I don't know neither, but I'm out of here. You see what I'm saying? That's a red flag right there. So when you uploaded this video, you try to upload that video and try to make it look like, boom, this one we got married. I mean, this one I proposed to, and we at a hotel now, you know what I'm saying, making skits. I'm hip to that move. They got to come with something new on that one. But look, this where they was at, right? Okay. This where they was at with the giraffe. That's why they were walking around with the lions and stuff. You know what I'm talking about? Boom. See that? See, people could go there to the pool. Boom, boom, boom. Rose petals. All this. With the giraffe come up there. You know what I'm talking about? Boom. Man, it's a real. You know, tell how many people that done got off down here. This what the room probably would look like. How she would hang herself. And she was in lingerie. Right? Think about what they said, right? And then look at these cabins. That's why they tried to say on this website right here, right? Now, peep out the game. When they released the video on Instagram, they try to make it look like they were still on this resort. And they found her on this resort. Dismembered. They came out in the beginning. Dismembered. Until they had to change it like, oh, she was found in the hotel and she was hung. She hung herself. You mean to tell me you don't have the body now? Have this a funeral? Yeah. If they plan a funeral, anything? Hold on, wait a minute now. I gotta check into that. Cause if it ain't that, that mean, boy, you got some body parts and organ missing. Right? I ain't think I heard nothing about no funeral though. Let me see. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all heard anything about a funeral yet? Hold on, I ain't even on my goddamn page. Hold on, y'all. I got too many devices open over here. I be looking at the wrong screen. Yeah. I ain't heard nothing about no funeral, y'all. Did she have a funeral yet? No funeral yet? But they say they got an autopsy, you know. They said the family got another autopsy, and they said it showed strangulation and unidentified marks. So if they got the autopsy done now, why when the body? Let's see how long they're gonna ship the body to the United States. Ooh wee wee. Uh-oh, let's see, cause now you finna see that's where the foul play gonna come in at. Cause you know what? If they did, boy, it's gonna be a lot of explaining to do. All right, check this out. Animals friendly. So you can't say no animal, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, we see fresh meat. Let's go and you know, they ain't biting at the baby. Giraffe sensitive, you know what I'm saying? Look. So you can't say with no wild animal attack. Man, them folk could told y'all she hung herself and committed suicide, and and she could be missing legs, arms, hands, and foots, and be coming up with a narrative so they can distract us. Be like the fruit. I bet you it'll be a closed casket. I bet you it'll be a closed casket. If you know, if they show the funeral. Look. So if you're looking at these viewers, they like, man, you look, how would she offer herself? How? Come on. You got all this wildlife around here. Ain't no animals gonna attack you. See that? I ain't even gonna lie. I'd be frightened, be scared to be walking. I'd be like, oh fuck, there go a goddamn mountain lion right over there. If I know I just need some goddamn peanuts and some lion bait, oh man, shit. You cannot say she was dismemberable, because it probably try to. Maybe they would try to go as like maybe she was attacked by wildlife and had to think about it like, now there'll be a bad look on the resort. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, they just something they got on their page right here. I'm on Google Earth with it. You know what I'm talking about right here. So this is what I'm showing you. This where they're gonna be at filming right here. Right here. Right there, right? Look where the island gonna be at. Let me switch it around so y'all can see. Right here. This in Tanzania, right? This where they at, right close to the border. See that all that wildlife reserve right there. This where we at, right up in here. So that makes sense, right? Okay, if this makes sense, let's go to the hotel where she was at. Booyah. Now we finna get to when they said they flew from the wildlife resort to another hotel over here, right? This where she finna be unalive at, somewhere up in her. So I said, well, wait a minute. Let me do a little more research, right? Let me go to the Tanzania hotels in this location. So watch this. Booyah. This the airport. So you know the airport gonna come here. Bam. The Tanzania hotel is right here what I had showed y'all. Now, if you zoom out, they all gonna be right up there, you know what I'm saying, here. Boom. So now we know this Tanzania hotel is right here. Right? It's right here. Booyah! In the villas. It's a lodge. It ain't like a hotel, like, you know, like a Marriott. You see what I'm saying? It ain't like a Marriott, like you go on a big old building. These is lodges, like, you know what I'm saying? Look. You got your own villa, bruh. So when they were trying to tell these people they had to put them in separate room, man, look. They say, boom, it popped out right here. Well, we gotta take y'all and give you another room. Well, we'll give you this room over here then. And next thing you know, he know what room you in, and boom, next thing you know, he finna walk and he finna find that villa. And man, boom, come over there and bam. And go report it to the staff. Man, I just found my wife hung herself. What? And took the staff there. You know what I'm talking about? But this where they gonna be at. All right. They got to be right along in the hotel, cause they could have been at the Zanzibar Beach Resort, the Zanzibar Lodge, the Zanzibar, cause they gonna be at the Zanzibar Hotel. This is Zanzibar, hotel. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Zanzibar Hotel, right? So these all the hotels will be in the city, but this where the hospital gonna be at, in this location, right? Keep the hospitals in mind. There's a hospital right there close to the resort. Another hospital close to the resorts. You know how many hospitals they have on this island. They go another hospital on the reports. You know what I'm talking about? They go another one. You see what I'm saying? Man, they sure got a lot of hospitals. Make you think like, man, what's up with all these hospitals on the block? All right. So check this out. I want to play this YouTube video right here. Cause he said a mouthful. Just like now you finna see why. If you had the resort, if they went over here, right, with the wildlife, so that explain why these people right over here trying to clear their name, because they were like, look, he was over here and they reposed to her. He reposed to her over here at our wildlife, but they already left. So nothing did happen here. You see what I'm saying? Because they had flew to the island over here to a hotel. You see what I'm saying? To a villa over here. Right? You'll see what I'm talking about.
There are a couple. Jenae was unalived. Now, a new hotel, Serval Wildlife Lodge, where this video was taken, has entered the chat. When this case broke around a week ago, these are all the pictures that we saw. You see Ashlee feeding a giraffe, and of course the infamous happy birthday Ashlee, and again her feeding a giraffe. And a lot of people assumed that this was the Zuri Zanzibar Hotel Resort. Serval Wildlife would like y'all to know that these pictures were taken at their lodge, and they also want y'all to know that that is not where Ashlee Jenae was unalived. You will see here, this is the Serval Wildlife Lodge's website, and you'll see other people here taking pictures with giraffes and animals. And you'll see here, these are the different lodges, villas they are offering. Note the prices of the rooms. Serval Wildlife Lodge is upset at us, the international community, for thinking that Ashlee Jenae was unalived at their lodge and not at Zuri Zanzibar. And they made a statement to one of the biggest papers in their area. Now, I'm not going to read you their whole breakdown because it's ridiculous. I'm going to give you a couple of highlights, but they're actually giving us some very key information that I want to share with y'all, okay? So they want us to know that Ashlee and Joe got engaged at Serval Wildlife Lodge. We have all seen the video. I'm going to play it here for you guys. There he is going on one knee. They want you to know that this was not at Zuri Zanzibar where she was unalived, that this was at Serval Wildlife Lodge. Now, why are they making such a big deal and trying to separate themselves? I feel like they made things worse for themselves and exposed something in this investigation. In the article, you'll see here that the management goes on to say Ashlee, by the way, Ashlee is spelled with L-Y because that's her real name. Her influencer name is L-E-E for those who want to know. They go on to say, who loved to post her adventures online, took hundreds of photos and videos with animals at Serval Lodge, then splashed the footage on Instagram, TikTok, and her other online accounts. Management then goes on to say that because she splashed those images over her entire online profile, the whole world thinks now that Serval Lodge is a place where she's unalived, and this is looking bad for us. So there's two parts to this. A lot of people are giving this hotel management, Serval, backlash because they're like, why is that your concern? Why are you concerned only about the hotel and how you look on an international level? You should be concerned about Ashlee and the investigation. Now, while I agree with that, I do understand the hotel trying to separate themselves from an incident, but I do agree with people that the way they're going about it and the words that they were using are horrible. For example, splash, and I'll show you some others. But let's, for now, focus on the investigation and what they are revealing. The manager, while he's trying to just take the hotel's name out of this, goes on to say, Ashlee and Joe arrived April the 1st, 2026. He says that his management team went to meet them at the airport and then drove them back to the lodge, which is standard for these kind of VIP hotels. In the article, he says that they spent 3 nights and 2 days, which is a little bit weird, but let's not focus on that. They checked in April the 1st and checked out April the 4th. Okay, that is 3 nights, 4 days. But like I said, maybe that's just a typo. Now, he's saying that they left April the 4th and then they took a flight to Zuri Zanzibar Hotel. Now, what has also been revealed here is that the police have not been in contact with Serval Lodge. They have not questioned them or asked for any surveillance footage at all.
For procurement managers, Grainger is the go-to partner that helps keep your healthcare facilities ready for patients.
Now, let's be 100% clear. It could be that the police have contacted and questioned them, and we don't know. But from what the police have told us in the press conference and the news that we know.
So basically, Zanzibar tried to make it look like she was unalive at the wildlife resort. And that's why they tried to say she was disfigured in the beginning of the investigation and switch the story to she hung herself. And this was the location that she will hung herself. You see what I'm saying? Man, these folks playing a major game with this shit, bruh. So that means this man, somebody planned and had police already on payroll, bruh. You see what I'm saying? So, cause guess what? These hotels got cameras, bruh. Cameras. And guess what? These cameras finna show you, look, watch this. Let's go, let's pick one out right quick. Let's see what we got, right? All right, let's just click down to the villa, right? Like right here. Just say right here. Man, nah, this ain't hold on. Yeah, this is a resort. Yeah, this is a resort. Just say you could come out of here. All this gonna be recorded. You gonna have a route, timestamps, images in 4K in the dark. Cause you gotta look for, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So now check what he said.
The police have not even mentioned Searle Lounge. And from my experience with police investigations and official investigations, government investigations, once you contact a hotel or a place for something, and there are people that know, you say that in your press conference. Proof is we played press conference and we showed you details from the press conference in yesterday's video, which I'll pin in the comment section below for those who haven't seen it. But the police and the government officials have said, we are working with the Zuri Hotel, we're working with this, we're questioning this, wherever, etc. So why would the police say, we are working with Zuri, we are looking at all the evidence we're questioning, and not say anything about Searle Wildlife Lounge? That doesn't make any sense. It should be, we are investigating all aspects. We're investigating the second they landed, April the 1st to the 4th, because a lot could have happened in those 4 days. That's where they got engaged. That's where a lot of stuff could have gone down. That's where the arguments could have happened. We know now over the past couple of days that they didn't just argue on April the 8th like we first thought when this first broke. They've been arguing for every day since they were at Zuri. We know that as a fact. Multiple people, the people who were staying in the villa right beside them, say they were arguing daily. It's just on the 8th where their neighbor beside them, the villa beside them, they got fed up and are like, okay, we're going to report it to staffers. So if they were arguing every day, that means something happened at Searle Wildlife Lounge. Why aren't the police looking into that? That goes again to my theory that I am not changing through all this evidence, that there is some sort of police corruption going on. And who is the person in the one story that has enough money to pay for a corruption and a cover-up? Is Joe McCann. It's very simple. And we know for a fact that there's some sort of cover-up. This is not even a question, because the police and the officials, before we even knew about this on the international level, tied this up in a bow and said, hey, she self-unalives herself, nothing to look into. With all the evidence we just layman people know, we know that there's enough to look into. So if we, the layman person, know something is weird, how can police and officials think that there's nothing to look into? So the fact that the police at first said there was nothing to look into and was forced to look into it, we know there's a cover-up. And now we know that the Searle Wildlife Lounge has not been contacted, no surveillance, no nothing. We know now that the police are, there's something fishy is going on. I could tell my little nephew this and it would make sense to him, that there's something weird going on with the police. Now let's get back to this management statement in the newspaper and try to figure out and make sense why they're talking. If the police and Joe are trying to keep them out of it, why are they making a statement to the newspaper, and why are they doing such a horrible job at doing it? Now, let me show you the horrible job. You'll see here, it says, what irks the management is the fact that all the photos that Ashlee, a popular online personnel, and fashionista are those captured at the lodge in Kilimanjaro, their lodge, Searle Lodge. So why use that word, what irks? Now, what could be that's irking them is they they live off of tourism. That's the only thing that this lodge profits off of, is tourism, outside tourism. And if we, the public, think that they could be involved or something could have happened there, their bookings are going to go down. But what doesn't make sense to me is nobody was talking about Searle Wildlife Lounge. A lot of people just assume that these pictures were at Zuri Zanzibar. Nobody was talking about them. Why would they enter in the chat? You see a lot of people making this mistake. They have bad publicists or bad, press people and they think like, oh, let's try to get out ahead of this. I always recommend to people, anybody who I'm working with, if nobody's talking about you, don't try to get into the mix and you make it even bigger. We see a lot of celebs do these, make these mistakes. If Joe and the police are trying to hide them from everything that is going on, why would they stupidly interject themselves? More importantly, what happened at Searle Wildlife Lodge? What happened there? Why are the police trying to have us not know? Why are the police during their statements, during their press conferences, why aren't they saying anything about Searle Lounge? Why aren't they asking for surveillance? Why aren't they questioning the people there?
Was there more than one people on the trip? That's, you know what I'm saying? You need to check flight records. You need to look in friends, family. You need to, you know what I'm saying? We need all the contacts. Keep this in mind. The mother said the daughter contacted her and told her about they had an argument, but never told nobody what was the argument about, what was the fuss and fight. As a parent would be like, man, look, my daughter called me and said, man, they were arguing. I said, what y'all arguing about? You know what I'm saying? That's the first reaction. What y'all arguing about? What's going on? Yeah, he hit me because of this, and you know what I'm saying? Because of that, you know what I'm saying? But they trying to distance themselves for John, like John one just never in the picture, like they don't know. You know what I starting to believe? The reason why Zanzibar got to distance themselves from these people at the resort, cause it could have been other people on the trip. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's a birthday, it could have been a, you know. What that video with that I had? Is it in my like video? Cause I say one video, cause I want everybody to see that video. What it was about? Hold on, I gotta go. It's on a video. Somebody sent me the link, and I know I got the video. I know I saved the John. I think this is it right here.
Where my fire
This is it right here. Now watch this video, cause this
Fire TV back.
Now check this out. Now somebody sent me the link to this video, and I'm like, man, that's what I be trying to tell people, bro. The same thing he finna tell y'all. Think about the Zaria Wall case, the Kanika Jenkins case, the fake protests. You know they like to wear all white, purple, or yellow. You know what I'm saying? Notice when you see all those purple protest, don't you know, like damn near every protest that you seen on Facebook, you know, or on social media, when it comes to like murder, it's always gonna be purple. It's gonna be purple. God damn it, purple. Damn, I just had the color on top of yellow, purple, yellow, and all white balloons. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. Then when they do press conference, they gonna wear their little jewelry with the. They gonna start using hand gestures when it come to Freemasonry. All of that. Watch this video. Watch this.
With another fire flame meltdown. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Stomp, step, and stand all over that notification bell where you want the latest. And if you ain't a fire starter, hawker, walker, or stalker yet, what you waiting on, family? Come on over here and subscribe, because we stomp, step, and stand on real morals and traditional principles, and we know ain't nothing morally sound nowhere near tradition about this situation that's going on out there in Tanzania with Ashlee Jenae and her so-called boyfriend slash fiance, John McCain. Now y'all hit the like button, drop your fire and TVs in the chat, because we're about to get into this. Now ain't no need for us to go through A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way to Z. Start from 1, 2, 3, all the way down the line to 10, 20, and 100. We know exactly what's going on with this situation, front to back. We know everything that's come to the forefront, everything that the media has presented, and more details are continuing to come out. Now, we here to get to the bottom of the strategic core to this whole situation, y'all.
I like how he
Okay?
breaking it down,
Because just like
y'all.
I was explaining on my live earlier today, all right? Allegedly,
I'm gonna subscribe to
what
him.
my
Matter of
resources
fact,
have been telling me, okay, that Ashlee wasn't only found hung, okay, they said her body was dismembered. They said
yeah,
her body was
right.
unrecognizable. Now we all
Now keep this in mind. Won't you think that they would try to make it look like that? Hey, it had to be a lion attack or some type of attack for her to be dismembered. So that means she ain't gonna have all her body parts, right? And she was unrecognizable. Then you got to think like these people got to recap that because they're gonna make the resort really look bad because people ain't gonna want to walk in those resorts after hearing a story like that, right? Like, nah, I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Nope, 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 nope. So, boom, that didn't work. Keep this in mind. There's going to be cameras everywhere around her, even in the trees. You know what I'm saying? Because they got to keep up with these animals, bro. All right, watch this.
all know that Ashlee went over here to Tanzania, East Africa, to celebrate her 31st birthday. And not only did she celebrate her 31st birthday, all right, with her boyfriend John McCain, while they were out there celebrating.
Now look, happy birthday, Ashlee. Autograph rose petals, feeding the giraffe. Got zebras down there, you know what I'm talking about? Boom. They stayed at the resort. So some of these cameras gonna actually show argument or like what happened after, cause after this, man, that lady finna be dead probably in the next 24 hours.
Celebrating these events and celebrating her birthday, he decided to propose to her. Not only did he decide to
Out the blue.
propose to her, all right, she was documenting everything on Instagram, how she was having a good time. She found the love of her life. This was a
All right now, with that being said, look at this. Look who documented it. Man, look. Man, he could have boom, 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 did it right after that. And then, and try to make it look like, look, cause only thing they just showing you, cause this was in March 31st. See, they ain't make it there to her on the birthday. And that's on, you know what I'm saying, April the 3rd. Look at the setup. Now that's on April the 3rd. Now look how they try to document it. Like, how many videos they were deleted before this? You see what I'm saying? How many videos they were deleted for this? Cause you got a gap in the video to make it look like that. Oh yeah, we at the villa. Then look. Oh yeah, what y'all do? Man, we went on the private plane, you know what I'm saying? We made it to this villa, enjoyed the beach. I had to do my little pretty girl stuff, and we went and traveled, and this thing, you know, boom, that's what it looked like. That's what it looked like, right? Now let's go back to this.
dream come true and the way everything looks. Okay? It looked like it was a match made in heaven. But come to find out a few hours later, it was a damn match made in hell. All right, because she was found dead. Not only was she found dead, y'all, they claimed that she hung herself. Not only did she hang herself, all right, the authorities are also claiming that her and John had got into an altercation. All right, some time in the meantime, in between time of them having this good time, all right, everything took a tragic turn for the worse.
It's gonna be on camera.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
The
And
people.
keep this in mind. You mean to tell me you don't have security? Nobody said nothing about no security. You don't have security on the premises? That's mandatory at any hotel established a public building. You need security. I want to know why the security, man, maybe the security done got paid off too. Watch this.
People at this resort, which is named the Zanzibar, but the whole resort itself, okay, is named Surveil Wildlife. And they claim that they stepped in and separated the two, put her in one room and put him in another room. All right. But the odd thing that makes red flags even stick out even more is the parents, y'all. All right. The parents claim that they heard from John 11 hours after her body was found dead, and they haven't heard from John since. Now, I want y'all to peep this interview because it's something very, very vital and strategic that I done found out, and I told y'all earlier on this live
Like what I was
that
telling them about the Kanika Jigging
her
case.
parents know a lot more than what
Told
they
you.
claiming. Peep the game, y'all.
I just spoke to the family of Ashlee Robinson. She's the 31-year-old influencer who was on vacation
Same thing with Kanika Jigging with the Kendra G. With the Kendra G case.
with her fiance celebrating her birthday. He actually proposed on the trip. But something crazy happened. She was having a good time. Her family said she was very excited to be there, shared pictures with the family, FaceTimed them when she was proposed to. But they released a statement saying that Ashlee was found unconscious in her villa and was rushed to a local hospital where her death was confirmed hours later. I spoke to Robinson's parents. Here's some of what they had to say.
It doesn't make any sense. She was traveling with her, with her boyfriend, and he was taking what was supposed to be a celebratory trip to celebrate her birthday that was coming, and they were in a gorgeous place in Africa and
Gorgeous
happy. Everything that we knew was that she was supposed to be happy, and she was engaged. She celebrated her birthday thereafter. And then she's...
So now look, but they just got engaged on April the 3rd. So you would find this out about April. It's like nobody did, bro. It's like nobody didn't know this lady was engaged until she went viral. So the comments will be looking like, you know what I'm saying? This. And then when the mama speak up, she really messing up the interview. Cause look how she trying to explain it. They ain't even trying to paint nothing bad about this boy here, bro. Man, they ain't trying to paint nothing. They can't even tell you like them. Do you know John? You know what I'm saying? You just know he was the boyfriend. And when they ask you, did he ask you for his approval? You know what I'm talking about? Hand in marriage. So you mean to tell me I want to know what's your relationship with your daughter and your dad? Cause I don't think it's probably that peaches and cream. To be honest with you.
Just gone. We're confused about how that could change so drastically.
What can you tell us in terms of how you found out, and have you spoken to her fiance?
I was initially contacted by him to let me know that something had occurred, and that she was in the hospital, but it was very limited communication and not with a lot of detail. I asked him, when it happened and where it happened, and he told me that something had occurred 11 hours prior to when he was reaching out to me.
We found out that our daughter had passed from the hotel. The fiance did not reach out to us at all.
Do you believe?
So the hotels told you your daughter was dead, but she supposed to die at the hospital hours later. Trey Gang, you might want to go and get a little more deep into it. You want to know what it... Look, check this out. She know what's going on, and she ain't even got nothing to do with it. They do this all the time. Just say, like, she could put herself in her shoes and be like, yeah, I had to do it too. Just be cool. Just take your composure. You'll be all right. We got you. You know what I'm talking about? Man, bruh. If you look, that's why, look.
That Joe McCann had something to do with your daughter's death?
Listen up, parents. Want to start building generational wealth and happiness for your children in less than 10 minutes?
And how they gonna say it?
We don't want to have. It's under investigation, and
what? Like I said,
when he was reaching out to me,
Like I said, we found out that our daughter had passed from the hotel. The fiance did not reach out to us at all.
Do you believe that Joe McCann had something to do with your daughter's death?
Watch the response.
We don't want to have. It's under investigation, and we don't know what went on.
It's under investigation.
Man, look, hell nah. That wouldn't I would have never said that. Man, look, man, the father instinct would have kicked in, goddamn it, man. You would have shot up to that motherfucker. Man, what's up? You know what I'm talking about? Ain't no be like, nah, it's just upon investigation, And you mean to tell me your daughter called you and told you, man, we arguing, I'm in a fight with this man, and hours later, you deceased, and you talking about some, man, I just don't know, master. Then you got people in the crew cars in the background holding up. How you feel about this? I'm lost. It's shocking. It's shocking. You know what I'm talking about? That just sound like when the news come on the scene at a car wreck and they interviewing the witness and they just seen the wreck and seen the people that died. Don't even know these people. Be like, damn, what's your reaction when you saw the wreck? And I was like, I was shocked. You know what I'm saying? I was devastated that. And then just interview a real mother at a crime scene that somebody, that died in that same car. You think she gonna say, when you see your daughter dead, you know what I'm saying, in that street, what was your reaction? What you think she gonna? I was shocked. You see what I'm saying? Nah, you would be like, man, I was crushed out. I couldn't believe it. Like, it was like a movie, all of that type of stuff. Look, watch this.
And like we said, we just want transparency. Just let us know.
I want to make sure that everybody is fully aware that she was a light. She was a light. She was a beautiful person. And this doesn't align with with who she is.
Understandably, the family really didn't want to talk about Joe McCann, the man who proposed to their daughter. When you go online, you can see he's the CEO of Asymmetric, which is a venture capital company that invests in crypto companies.
And her dad is also in the cryptocurrency too, if I'm not mistaken. But let's continue that.
But the point is, the family wants answers. They don't understand why they haven't been able to reach Joe. They don't understand why he wasn't more forthcoming about what exactly happened to their daughter. And it's why they said they're speaking out. Next steps for them, they said, is trying to get to Zanzibar so they can get to the bottom of what happened.
Now, as y'all can see, all right, the parents' energy is off. The parents just, they whole aura and their whole posture about the situation just don't sit right with me, because it couldn't be my daughter, all right? I would be highly upset, all right? The mother doesn't look upset. The father doesn't look upset. You could tell that they're being told what to say and how to react during this interview. Y'all have to really pay attention. Not only that, I found out, y'all, that the mother is also an Eastern Star, y'all. That's right. Not only is she also an Eastern Star, her husband, the father of Ashlee, is a Mason. Now, this is all alleged, y'all. Okay? But the pieces.
That's why they got all white on. Look, that's why they got all white on, bro. Look, hold on. Erica Kirk, all white Jack. When they sacrifice these people, bro, I'm telling these people about this in the Kanika Jiggin case. I'm telling the world about this in the Kanika. Now, he telling y'all in her case. The same narrative. It's a pattern, bro. Look. Boom. There you go with your all white. Miss Teresa, where you at? With your all white and your blonde hair. You see this? And Lyra Nora got her little streaks of blonde hair. And you can still see the Negro edges on her head. So you know she just wasn't popping like that before Kanika died. You see what I'm saying? All white. I learned this when King Rob said, hey, you know what I'm talking about? It's a ritual, you know what I'm talking about? Hold up. Go back to this again.
Chessboard is starting to strategically line up, because we all know John McCain, all right, is aligned with some very, very powerful people. We all know that he is, all right, the head investor and CEO, all right, of this super mega cryptocurrency investment company. And not only.
And if you go back to the Jeffrey Epstein files, did y'all watch those videos when they was exposing the Jeffrey Epstein file talking about, y'all want to know who was behind Bitcoin? Hold on. Matter of fact, I got to pull that up because I got it on my like list, right? Hold on. I forgot his name, but exposing cryptocurrency, who was the one behind it. Where he at? Him, right here. Watch this. Look what he said. Watch this.
If you knew who was really behind Bitcoin, behind Bitcoin, you would run as fast as you could.
Yeah.
I know. 100%. If you knew who owned Bitcoin or who started Bitcoin, you had Bitcoin, you couldn't sleep at night. I know. 100%. And when the real founder of Bitcoin comes out, it is my humble opinion, and there's nothing humble about me, Bitcoin will go to zero.
One day.
And a microsecond, whoop, like that. If you have Bitcoin.
And guess what happened? Watch this. Joe McCain shut down funds after 78% loss while purchasing $1 billion. Ooh. In the cryptocurrency. Jeez. When this was, I looked at the date on the article. I was like, man, this was in July 2025. Ooh. So guess what? Dead bodies generate money. That's another way that you kill people and generate what you lost. Because once you go viral, you'll get some of that money back. I told y'all, ain't this a pattern? Ain't this a pattern that I always was trying to show the world? That look, boom. I want to address some changes to find to our fund structure. Now look, if you scroll down all of this and read all of this, that's why I saved this video right here. But I got it on my other playlist though. But this video right
Down
here.
half, keep half. This is the top. Nobody listened to me. If you knew who was really behind Bitcoin, you would run as fast as you could to sell it. I know, 100%. If you knew who owned Bitcoin or who started Bitcoin, and you had Bitcoin, you couldn't sleep at night. I know, 100%. And when
Jeffrey Epstein exposing Bitcoin. Now listen to this. Watch this. Hold on. No, it ain't this one. I want to show you. Look, Epstein file exposed the creator of Bitcoin. A Bitcoin, bruh. Right? Man, look, Jeffrey Epstein is a mastermind when it comes to numbers, bruh. Look, check this out. If you go to that Jeffrey Epstein, when it comes to that, look, this why look, you can see it, people got it all in their thumbnail. Jeffrey Epstein, Donald Trump, Bitcoin news. That's how they getting rich. That's another way they getting rich. Look. Email claim Epstein invented Bitcoin. This shit crazy.
Why? Because they really work.
Still being combed through, and this has sparked some false rumors about Epstein's financial dealings, including that he invented the cryptocurrency Bitcoin. Clarify for us.
Well, it might sound like a far-fetched rumor, but a single post with this claim racked up nearly 5.
Look at this shit. They even showing you this shit, bruh. Now, this what scared me. Man, this what really finna scare me, bruh. Is this stuff.
A million views on X, and it was far from being the only post of this type. Multiple users claimed that late disgraced financier and sex offender Jeffrey Epstein was in fact Satoshi Nakamoto, which is the pseudonym for the creator of Bitcoin, whose identity remains a mystery to this day. It's even still
I told y'all, bro, man, I be paying attention, bro. In the stories that I got for y'all gonna be like, woo, look, the story is so crazy. You would never believe it until you just actually doing what I'm doing right now. Look, right there.
Clear if, despite the Japanese origin name, if the creator of Bitcoin is even Japanese, or if it's even one individual, or if it's a multitude of people. Now, if you're wondering about this metal face superimposed on Jeffrey Epstein, that it is in fact taken from the metal statue in Nakamoto's honor in Budapest, Hungary. So that's what that is. But online users
see that. Man, if you find out, man, look, if you want to see the devil right now, you looking right at him. Man, look, you looking right at the dude. Look, the devil gonna come in this form. Check this out. If you think I'm lying, man, watch this. You want to see something real crazy? Let's go to the Statue of Liberty. Hold on, goddamn, I'm finna cook. They want y'all to believe there was a black lady. Statue of Liberty, Satan. Watch this. Look what the Statue of Liberty look just like who? Hold up, watch this, y'all.
Today we're in New York City doing something I...
Watch this. This shit finna get real crazy. Man, look. It's finna get real crazy. Cause they don't look like no black lady no more, do it. They don't look like no black African lady talking about some take the chains off my ankles. Nah, I don't look like that, do it. Damn, I need another drink talking about the devil. But you know one thing about the devil though, you ain't even got to be afraid of him. You see what I'm saying? He'll sit down and talk to you about Jesus. You know how like we'll have conversation about the Illuminati. He'll join in. Man, come in and be like, man, look, let me tell you about this. And you'll be like, woo, man, spill that tea. You gonna want some more of that. You gonna want some more of that tea. You gonna be, man, you'll wake up early in the morning, man, let me get some more of that tea. You know what I'm talking about? Now you see what I'm saying, right? I did some research, bro, and I'm like, man, look, when I say we was all told a lie, that's why you got the thorns around the head. Remember, when they were talking about Jesus, right? See, look at this image. Remember the thorns on the head. Now look, when it come to the pyramid, missing the capsule, meaning that, look, see that they ain't even got their mind. We got them. We're gonna put those thorns around their heads. You know what I'm talking about? Look, check this out. Lucifer, look, check this out. If you really want to learn some, the Baphomet, right? You want to look at Lucifer's chest. That's a titty. Ain't that a titty? Raise that arm up. That's a titty, ain't it? Lucifer is a man that's a trans. Lucifer is a man trans. You don't believe me, goddamn it? Shit, you just go to the Baphomet sign. Watch this. Watch this. The Baphomet. They say shit about the bathroom. The Baphomet. Why they goddamn it up? You know what I'm talking about? The Baphomet. Motherfuckers, man. I swear, man. Man, I swear to God, goddamn it. Let me see. The Illuminati Baphomet. I ain't say shit about the mafia. I say the Baphomet, goddamn it. I spell that motherfucker though, cause I don't know how to spell that motherfucker. Baphomet. Baphomet, goddamn it. I'm gonna put the goat in that motherfucker. Put the goat. Goat in that motherfucker. Alright, hold on. I'm finna get close. You can even look at their image. Cause you know they're gonna look in their same image. Right? Like, you know, is it like George Bush? Cause check this out. If you look at the family tree, when they say the bloodline, let me show y'all a bloodline right
Oh, look,
quick.
I'm getting a call from one of those unknown numbers.
Have you tried reversephone.com?
Reversephone.com? Yeah, we all get numbers from
Hold
calls.
on,
We don't.
y'all. I'm gonna show y'all something. Watch this. Look. Man, this stuff be getting serious. You know what I'm saying? Look, why you see
on our planet.
You see George? Watch this. I just want y'all to see
Traces
George Bush.
the most.
I just want y'all to see George Bush. Look, George Bush right there. Man, this shit gonna take my breath away. Cause y'all don't see, and what I learned. Man, y'all don't see what I learned, goddamn it. And then once you go to the goddamn what the Statue of Liberty at again? Statue of Liberty. Oh yeah, hold on. And then look, you gonna find then look how when you get a taste of that royal bloodline, oh y'all gonna look the same. You know, if you got a husky breeding with a wolf, you're gonna see the difference. You see what I'm saying? Hold on, yeah, let me go to hold on. Go back. Boom, right here. And then look. Somebody spelled that in the chat. Appreciate that, goddamn it. I just need to learn how to type on that motherfucker, because I can't even see. All right here, the Bothian. Now look, let's go to the Bothian. Look, see that? Come on now. Got titties. Come on, god damn, man. See that one I don't want this shit hurting on my nerves now. This is a picture. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. Oh, okay, I got it, y'all. I got it right now. I got it now. Hold on. Now look, when I say, man, look, that's the Bafia. Have y'all noticed? Y'all see this all the time, but if you look at his chest, he was a trans. And they already had breast implants back in those days, and what you call them, sex operations. That's been going on, bro. Look, long as you see the jugs on the bottom. Hey, man, he took his shirt off, and that man got some. Man, look, he ain't even cocking with it. Them look like some BC cups. Look like some 32 C cups. You know what I'm talking about? He look like he in the C department with these jobs. You know what I'm saying? He ain't want them big or not small. You know what I'm talking about? Because you can tell, because that's how breast implants look. Once you get them plumped up, you know, have all that space in the middle of the chest so they can spread out, you know what I'm talking about? And then once you look right here, you will see the tree of life. That's what they mean by, like tree of life, because once you get hard, you can create life in a woman's womb. So once you get the woman's womb, you know what I'm talking about, and you come connected as one, it's a lot of stuff that you know what I'm talking about. She like, all right, boom. So let's go back to his video. Bam.
Only is he a super, all right, investor and CEO of this company, we all know that it's certain things that you must partake in. We all know that it's certain things that you must be a part of, certain things that you must be aligned with, certain things that you must pledge your allegiance to in order to get to these levels. All right. And there's certain offerings that you must make in order to receive the benefits from these levels. Now, like I said, y'all, if y'all look at this interview, when the mother is talking, y'all, she is literally, all right, throwing up, all right, the Freemason Masonic hand gesture, pledge allegiance, her alliance to the Freemasons and the Eastern Stars, y'all. Hit the like button as I strategically continue to fuck y'all up, because I told y'all it's something more bigger and darker, all right, and deeper and demonic to this situation. And not only is she pledging her allegiance to this fraternity and these Eastern Stars and allegedly these Masons, y'all, it's the hand gesture and what it actually means that is more stunning and more eye and strange and even more demonically striking than I can even imagine. Now, I explained to everybody earlier that allegedly Ashlee was hunted down like some Hunger Games type shit. All right, Ashlee was hunted down like an animal. Her organs was missing, her limbs was missing, everything. It ain't even no body, and the parents know about this. But if you look at the definition of this Masonic Eastern Star hand gesture, what does the definition of it say, y'all? Peep the game. It says the junior deacon uses this when a candidate is ready for the fellow craft degree. It's also performed by a fellow craft / or during the opening of a lodge in the second degree. Masons cup their right hand over their left breast with their left arm by the side, drawing their right cupped hand roughly across their body, and then dropping it at their side. It refers to the penalty that is believed to come to a candidate for violating their fellow craft obligation. The penalty is having the heart taken out and given to animals, y'all. Hit the like button, drop your fire and TVs in the chat as I strategically bring the fire and the flame and the strategic real life matters where it make real life sense, information that the people need. Because I told everybody on my live earlier what was really going on. And it is very odd and very motherfucking strange that she is doing this exact Masonic fellow craft hand gesture, all right, as she is doing what? Taking her right hand that is cupped over her left breast with her left arm by her side, all right, drawing the right cup hand roughly across her body. And that's exactly what she is doing, y'all, okay? And I told y'all, all right, this situation is very dark and is very ill.
You're one sentence away from launching your website with Base 44. Since the beginning of the internet, there's never been such a fun, fast, and intelligent way to launch online. Landing pages, content hub.
Ever since this whole situation has hit the algorithm, okay, now this resort is starting to come through the algorithm out the blue. Now it seems like this resort over there in Tanzania is being pushed and marketed. Now it seems like it's being sponsored and endorsed due to this situation that happened over there. Because I come to find out, y'all, okay, that these so-called pictures of Ashlee and her boyfriend John feeding these animals, and he's sitting there proposing while the tiger and the lions and the giraffes and all these wild animals are around, y'all. It's all AI. It's not real, because now all these other videos from over there at Surveil Wildlife is coming through the algorithm. Look what I found, y'all. The same exact, okay, photo lineup at the same exact resort, okay? And if you take a look at these pictures and these videos, okay, everything is in the same exact frame. Everything is in the same exact setting. All right, and like I said, I'm hearing from reliable resources on the back end that all this is AI. Location, same backdrop, same, okay, frame that Ashlee and her boyfriend took these so-called pictures in. And like I said, man, allegedly, all right, all these animals are AI. It's all cat. Ain't nobody out there surrounded by them wild animals, because we all know all them wild animals is not tamed like that, man. They got pictures of kids all around these animals. Everybody sitting out there eating feces and shit, and we know, okay, that shit don't even go like that for real. And not only do it not go like that, y'all, all right, I find it very.
Now look, watch this, y'all. Like what he was saying about the Eastern Star. Let me go right here. Boom. I'ma go. Y'all remember this case?
One of the people involved in her death is facing more than a dozen felony charges, including murder.
He's 18 years old. He's being charged today in connection with the murder of 7-year-old Jacelyn Adams.
Right here. Where he at on the Steve Wilco show? They don't want to show the Steve Harvey show. Cause I want the full John. Steve Harvey show. Oh man, what kind of stuff is this, bro? Hold on, y'all. I done froze up. Damn, man. Why is I'm trying to find. Hold on, y'all. Let me unfreeze right quick. I'm trying to unfreeze this job. Don't let me do nothing.
If you are sleeping in a position like this, you are wrecking your body and your breathing. Chronic neck pain happens when your cervical spine is
Developing now, the family of 7-year-old Jaslyn Adams calls it a step toward closure. Tonight, Marion Lewis is now facing first-degree murder and a long list of other felony charges. This week, Jaslyn was shot to death at a McDonald's drive-thru on Chicago's West Side. CBS 2's Stephen Graves talked to police about the investigation. He is live in the Street Side studio. Stephen.
Jim, good evening. Superintendent David Brown.
To show the Steve Harvey John. Oh, I see what's going on because I wanted to show y'all. Ooh, is this it?
There's no greater tragedy than for a parent.
We gotta go to the
lose
daddy because his dad's gonna do
Granddaddy.
that. Hey,
You know, and for me to know that that wasn't going to be no more.
He gonna do that same chest justice what dude was talking about.
You know, it shook me to a point that I said something has to be done. Something has to change. We have to change the narrative. And I was thinking about my son, and I was like, hey, he has to change his lifestyle. God's not going to continue to give you opportunity after opportunity to get the thing right. You know, sometimes God has to strip us from everything that we love. Listen what I'm saying. He has to strip us from everything that we love to get our focus solely on him. And I'm just praying. I'm like, my wife is like, babe, we're going to make it through this. My wife is like, this. And when I pull up, just to see my other kids, his sisters and brothers, he's in the hospital still. He don't know yet that my grandbaby has passed. I don't think they had gave him the information yet.
She died in
And my other
though.
grandkids, when they came and they ran and they hugged me, I'm just like, how can we change the neighborhoods? How can we change the narrative of the thoughts of the young black males? How can we talk to them and get them to understand that every action that they take, every move that they make doesn't just affect them.
That's right.
It affects everybody, Steve, that we are connected to.
Yeah.
You know, if we get selfish, God will make us realize that. You know, we can't get selfish with life. We can't get selfish because God give it, God take it away.
Did we ever find out who's responsible?
Oh, yes. All three of us.
See, all of them dressed in black. He in black, Daddy in black, Steve in black. Watch they finna be in Submit Brotherhood.
Everybody involved in the case is locked up. Everybody. My baby actually got justice, like it's being served like the right way, legally. Like the police actually did
That's
their
the
job.
key, the right way.
The right way.
Because see, I understand street justice and the way it works, but like your dad.
Right here.
That's 5.5 years that I lost of his life when he was little because I didn't teach them that way. They was brought up in the church.
I think it's gonna be right.
I didn't want them to know that way. You know, but yet and still, it goes back to how we as parents don't realize the things we think they don't see us. But they pay attention to every single thing we do. And when he told me in his hospital bed, when he got shot, he said, Daddy, I watch you. I heard about this hurt me. This hurt me because it's I watch you.
All right, here we
I
go.
wanted the respect that you had in these streets, not knowing the price.
Straight up.
I paid the price of being incarcerated. I didn't lose my kids.
Oh, there we go. There we go. This all I just want y'all to see is that right there. Hold on. Oh yeah, I gotta get back to that. So let me go to this. History. And I gotta go. What dude that? What dude that? I just had dude up. You're right over here somewhere. Damn, I just had dude up. After him. See, I know these motherfuckers playing with me now, goddamn, because I don't even see it. Head to John up. My lights. My lights. Right here. Right here. When he said this, he kept showing this right here.
I didn't lose him because I never bring that to them. He didn't know the consequence of being in that street. The streets don't love you.
They facts.
The streets don't love you like your family love you. I lost track of that, and it cost me a grandbaby down the line. That's why we must take this generational curse. We have to break it.
Okay, Johnny, what we gonna do, man? Cause see, we gotta have a plan of action here.
That's right.
Like they down for
Steve,
the community.
Mr. Harvey.
You call me Steve. Me and you, we don't worry about that.
Man,
he can call me Mr. Hart.
Okay.
Don't worry about
Well, yeah, I'm a young cat.
Yeah, see, he called me Steve. I'm gonna slide up on it.
Steve, what we have to do, I'm talking about literally, we have to take back control of our houses. You know, we can't continue to leave these women out here to raise our kids.
Okay.
And our sons. You know what I'm saying? That's just a fact. We let the women raise their kids while we go out and play around. And that's where we losing at. We losing the battle, people. We losing the battle. We losing too many young people because the men refuse to stand up and take responsibility for their actions. It's all about taking responsibility. I take full responsibility.
There go again. There go again. I knew it was coming. I was just finna. And boy, look at the rain.
To let me know that something had occurred and that she was in the hospital, but it was very limited communication and not
strategically continue to fuck y'all up because I told y'all it's something more bigger and darker, all right, and deeper and demonic to this situation. And not only is she pledging her allegiance to this fraternity and these Eastern Stars and allegedly these Masons, y'all, it's the hand gesture and what it actually means that is more stunning and more eye and strange and even more demonically striking than I can even imagine to this.
Everything that I've done. I ask God for repentance. I ask him for forgiveness every single day. And he still remind me, Johnny, I forgave you of that. Stop beating yourself up for that. All you can do is keep on going forward and show them the way.
Right.
So I took his younger brothers, and they in the suburbs. But him, and you know what I'm saying, they still in the city part. So what I really want to do is try to get them out of that. You know, that's a stronghold, but you have to be willing. You have to be ready. It has to be in you. I can talk all day and night. Steve can talk all day and night.
See what I'm saying? Man, these people part of that, bruh. Man, this is what I learned. I honestly believe it's more Freemasonry and Illuminati than Christians. Muslims combined. Look.
But if it's not in your heart to want to change, then you'll be forcing the God to make you change.
But you got that little bitty cross on. Why the cross? And keep this in mind. The cross is more satanic than anything in the world. The Pope word, the people that killed Jesus were there. That's just like putting Jesus on a t-shirt. Yeah, I did it and put him on a t-shirt. Ain't nothing good about the cross. You know, so that's why they were like, yeah, you could show this cross to a vampire, to a demon spirit, and they don't even want to hold the cross. They don't even want to look at it. They like, get away from me, please, because that's just like having evidence of a gun, of a murder weapon, bro. And you finna get criminated. You see what I'm saying? Dawg, what's going on?
Oh, yeah.
Then the Bible teaches you don't want to fall in the hands of an angry God.
See that? There you go. And then make it so bad, they always want to bring God in this, bro. They're going to use Bible sermons for their rituals, you know what I'm saying? Just say like, they'll be the main one, man, we need to stop this. We need to find a solution in the community. It's just like the book that the Freemasons go back. Hey, start a problem, you know what I'm saying? Because you already had a solution for it. Look at his suit.
This fraternity in these.
Man, let me get on up out of here, y'all. Check this out. I'm gonna go live tomorrow, around about the same time, and I'm gonna be releasing some of the Kanika Jenkins video because I just released some of those footage that Chloe you know what I'm saying, had up. You know what I'm talking about? Somebody sent me them joints, and now I got a little footage, so y'all be on the lookout for those. It's just a 36-hour footage, and you know what I'm talking about. There's something that y'all really need to watch on your spare time and watch it, cause if you don't watch it, you'll still be trying. What happened to Kanika Jenkins and stuff? You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, pay y'all, and Trey going to be back.